Hello, how's everyone? So today I read a comment. I think it was last night. It could have been this morning, but I read a comment about not all Jehovah's Witnesses live a double life, and they were talking about how they came out and how a lot of them are God fearing. They think they're serving Joe. They think they're serving God. Um, So, what I have to say, yes, I can understand that, but I'm also going to say that um, it's really hard, and I tried to explain it in a lot of my, and especially one of my YouTubes, that it's hard to those of you who have family in the organization. It's really hard to come to grips, or how can I say, it's hard to I guess I can say phantom the idea that they're not doing these things on purpose. Maybe I could put it that way. The reason why I say that is because okay, the person most likely, I'm not going to say the person, but I'm going to put it in a general way, saying that there are a lot of reasons why people leave Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not going to say the intelligent ones. I'm going to say, because I couldn't do it, but I believe that God helps us if we really want to serve Him. He helps us to get out of situations like that. But of course, there are those who don't have the ability. I want to say the intelligent ones. I don't know how to state it, but there's many who find that the discrepancies, like for instance, they do research and they find things that aren't contrary to what the truth is. And they see the lies, they do research, and they find out things that way. And those people were really God fearing and they were looking for the answer. I wish that I was like that. I wish I had found, but there was no way because I couldn't read anything that they said. I said this over and over again. I just knew something was wrong. Even when I talked about the blood issue, I knew that I wasn't doing it for them. I was doing it because of, that's the way I was taught. So there are people, and everybody knows that there's people that leave and they find where there's discrepancies, they find where there's hypocrisy, things like that. But although it's very, very difficult, and I tried to express it in some of my videos, that not to blame your family. It's hard to do because you're constantly coping with it. It's like being mentally tortured another way. Like when you get out, I guess that's one reason why we call ourselves ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, because we still have a connection. We left, but there's still a connection, like a marriage, you're divorced, but there's still a connection no matter what you do. And the connection is the fact that there are those in the congregation, which are your family members. And like I said, I try to express it, but it's so difficult to say that, you don't have them. You constantly don't have them. They constantly don't call you. They constantly don't get in touch with you. But you have to say, it could be that they're just doing it, but I guess you have to say that they're being misled. Like the comment told me, I had to think about it. And it was like this person said, yes, some of them, there's Jehovah's Witnesses that are God fearing. And I do believe that. But the reason why it's hard for me to say it is because of the pain that you go through constantly. Like, for instance, I have a sister. I was thinking about her the other day. Juanita. I'm sorry, I have to say the name. Everybody's old. I mean, I'm sorry for saying that. I'm old, but I know it's just like, just say it. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, I'm sorry. Okay, Juanita. Okay, Juanita is her name again. But she's a very nice person. I mean, beautiful. I mean, we really love each other, I know. But I'm almost positive because I know my brothers and sisters and I have everybody. I know that I would say that she was God fearing. So I'm actually saying that, but I still have that pain because that's the reason why it's so hard to say all of them don't have double lives. And you want to say so many negative things against them, but still and yet, I have to say, and especially since I got the comment, is that I have to say that she really feels that she's God fearing. You know what I mean? She thinks she's serving God. You know, I'm not going to go there. I was going to say about Jehovah, because sometimes I say, like I said it, because you're so used to saying it, you say God you say Jehovah instead of God. But I know that there's a Jehovah that's not God, that sets up everything that they're doing. It's just, the whole thing is just to confuse you. I mean, to scatter your mind, to totally just mess up. One worker called me mess up the wiring. It's just to mess up your wiring. So, I mean, if you're looking for clear, concise, logical reasons why they do what they do, forget it, because it's all like to just distract you, to just mess up your mind. So I know, as far as my sister that I was telling you about, I would have to say I really do feel, because your family members, that she really feels that she's serving God, okay? It's hard to say that, like I said. The reason why it's hard to say that for an ex-Jehovah's Witness, I would think, because you're constantly suffering. I mean, are they suffering? I don't think they're suffering as much because they feel that that they're serving God, and God is most important, So I said that because of the comment. I had to think about it, so I had to express it to everybody. So the major points I'm making in this video is that, yes, I know that all Jehovah's Witnesses doesn't live double lives, but I would have to say a lot of them are, because they're just like us. Remember, they're the ones, this is one point I want to make, they're the ones that say that we're worldly. They're the ones that made the language for the ex-Jehovah's Witness for us to think that we're in the world. But they're in the world too. So that's another thing I'm saying. They mess up the wiring because we actually use terms that we can't get rid of, the terms that they use. Like, for instance, the Bible, okay? I said things that I learned things that even the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses can't take for granted. I mean, they still have it, like they will still say their Bible when they don't have a Bible. To me, that's the research that I'm doing as far as the Bible is concerned. So I'm saying their language still is affected us because we haven't caught on to all the things that the points that messed up our minds or whatever. I guess I can say that. So I cleared with the point that all Jehovah's Witnesses are not double lives, but I'm making the point that they're all just like, they're in the world, we're in the world. They're just like everybody else. And I know, because I was in the world and I seen it firsthand, that you have your own personality, and it's hidden from everybody, okay? Well, even the people who say that, who find out the information that's wrong, they still have to deal with it themselves. They can't go directly to somebody. So in a way, they still have to have that kind of double life, because I'm not trying to bargain with this point I'm making. But what I'm trying to say is, if I found some information that was wrong, I would still, as a Jehovah's Witness, have to hide it from everybody else. So I'm saying the complexities of it, and that I understood the comment, and I thank the comment because he got out. Thank you very much. And I wish that I was that smart. I really do. It would have been easier for me. And the other point I'm making, it is so hard. Every day we miss our family. So that's the hard point about saying it's not their fault. But now I have to face that, especially since I got that comment. I have to face the fact that they're being misled. Like I said, if you did get out of Jehovah's Witnesses because you were, I'm just going to say intelligent, I have to say that, and you could see the lies and things like that, then that person or those people who left that way, I think it would be easier for them because they can see that their family members are being misled. And I think that's why they're very calm, because I love, they're the ones that taught me. The brothers and sisters that came out and said, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, they're the ones that taught me. I couldn't get that information from anybody else because, I mean, I got it from some of the people, but they didn't really move me, you know, saying that the things that they were wrong about. But when an actual brother came out of the religion and they told me, then I understood where they were coming from. So that's a good point. And I think the next one is going to be the reasons why people would leave the organization. Something to do with that. So thanks for the comments. I love the comments. And it's very encouraging. I think everybody is so encouraging. But you know who keeps us together? Guess what? I have a good point for the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. It's God that's making us so organized. I know that. He's the one that's given us the strength to keep up so that when people come out, or there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that are actually looking at the YouTubes, and having that. Another thing, one thing I want to make about the double lives. Sometimes you don't, when I was in the Jehovah's Witness, I didn't even know it was a double life. I mean, I want to stress that because I just did things and it was just all over the place. It was so confusing. I mean, even I didn't want it to come out. And I knew, I just had that feeling, but I had no reason it was a double life. Even when I never doubted the things they said, but the things that were happening, you know, like the blood issue, I couldn't say that what was happening, but I just felt like, you know, there's something wrong. But, you know, I didn't know it was a double life either. Anyway, that's another YouTube. Thank you very much. I love my brothers and sisters, my ex-brothers and sisters. And now I have to cope with the fact that they're being misled. It's so hard because I have friends and everything like that. Okay, and that's one reason why I'm opening the boxes anyway. Thank you very much. See you.